Dave.
Liam.
It's a trailer.
Watch It If You Can podcast. Join us for each episode as we create box sets of our favourite films and TV shows.
We go through the cast to see what else they've been in, along with any recommendations.
We pick our favourite characters, performances, moments and highlights from the soundtrack too.
We ask if there's anything to make it better and look at the lasting legacy of our pick.
We have a little fun with our quickfire round, and finally, what else would you like list based on themes from the episode.
Maybe, just maybe, you should watch it if you can.
What if they've already seen it?
Well, you can watch it again if you can.
Where's the sound trip ever taken?
Hello, Internet. Welcome back to another episode of Jokeypants Has Bad Taste. I am Jokeypants, Jared Minikheim here as always. You know me. You probably don't love me, but you keep watching anyway, and I appreciate you. But I'm joined today by two people that I do another show with that I tell you to watch all the time called What an Oddcast. Today I'm joined by Mike and Anthony.
What's going on?
Howdy.
$4 this morning to waste 90 minutes of time for the second half of this episode because it was the only play I could buy it on YouTube. We'll get to it. I could buy it on YouTube for 14, or I could rent it on iTunes for 48 hours for $4. Have thoughts later.
That's rough.
That's for later. It really was.
So, before we get into it, as always, folks, go on over to w.com, w.gg, go use code ODDCAST, save yourself 10% off your order, because while you do that, you might need the energy, because like we're going to talk about today, you might need that energy if you're running around in the woods and you got a bunch of psychopathic, cannibalistic hillbillies chasing you. You might need a little extra energy, so go on over to W, check out all the flavors, all the things they got going on. They got deals all the time, so you can save yourself extra money and show us the love while you're at it. Today we're talking about Wrong Turn from 2003. This movie... Talking to Anthony last night about this movie, it is such a niche of its time that it was made movie, because it borrows from so much other shit at this time that it's unfucking believable this thing became as big as it did.
I would equate it to the Saw films, where the original one was a lot more low budget, a lot less gory, and as it continued on throughout the series, it got more extreme.
As I say, with any time we discuss Power Rangers, it's easy to make $1 million when you spend $4, right? Like,
it's funny. It's funny we say that because the first Wrong Turn movie. I want to clarify for anyone out there covering over these this season.
Like butter.
The first movie is the only one that they put in theaters. All the rest of them were either directly to Sci-Fi or like straight to DVD. This was the only one that went to theaters that had any kind of a budget or a studio. So 2003, this movie is a, let's see, what do we got here? We got a 41%, 4.1 out of 10, and that's critic-wise. Viewer-wise, it gets a little bit higher, 55 and a 5.5. So viewer-wise, the viewer tends to enjoy it more than anyone else did, which is a bit understandable. The casting on this movie, though, I can't with the casting on this. So we got Desmond Harrington, which for any of you listening out there or watching, thank you. He's playing Chris Flynn, who's a doctor who's on his way to an interview, and then we get our premise for this movie of a wrong turn. You might know him as Detective Quinn from Dexter.
Hold on.
Yes.
Did South Park parody this with like the molestation episode where the couple take a wrong turn and end up in Smiley Town? Where the parents all get taken away because all the kids say that they molested them.
Oh no, that was
okay.
That was just like a Children of the Corn episode.
Okay, because he was on his way to an interview in Breckenridge for the manager of TGI Fridays. It's a simpler time, guys. It's a much simpler time.
Simpler.
But on top of that, you also got Eliza Dushku, which I'm terrible at pronouncing names. But she plays Jessie, who is like the strong final girl for this movie. She's a big name in this because she, before this movie, her claim to fame that most people knew her as, and it was a big fucking draw when this movie was coming out, was that she was from Coyote Ugly. And everybody was like, oh, you mean the Coyote Ugly girl? Like, oh, I'll go watch that because it looks like she's going to be in a tank top and hot again. And everybody was like, I'll watch it. I remember that specifically when this movie was coming out. And we also have, we also have Lindy Booth returning, which is only important on this show because she was on Cry Wolf last season as one of the main characters, but she comes back in this one. So Wrong Turn. Oh boy. So this movie, we open up with a couple that's rock climbing in West Virginia. They're having a great time. They're doing
I hear it's almost heaven.
So yeah, the boyfriend gets up on the rock and he's all like, yeah, come on, honey, you got it, even though she sucks. Like, she seems like one of those people that like got convinced to do this, didn't want to do this at all. Which is unfortunate because boyfriend gets killed off, and then immediately we get our opening kills of this movie are that boyfriend gets killed off screen for some reason, and then girlfriend tries to escape, ends up falling, and then cut to a title card that follows Texas Chainsaw that came out around the same fucking time, which is another movie I'll be covering in this season or next, because it came out the same exact time. But they do the same thing.
Good movie.
The remake does the same thing. It cuts to title card, and then it's a bunch of news clippings of like what's going on, and like there's stories up in the hills. And immediately for me, I was like, yeah, you mean like what Texas Chainsaw did, like sometime around maybe a couple months before this movie came out. So I see they were just copying everything they could at this time.
It's also the premise is also from like The Hills Have Eyes.
True. Because that was the thing is the early 2000s here we were getting remakes of a lot of old movies because they redid Hills Have Eyes, Texas Chainsaw, Last House on the Left, a couple other ones that were all like Wes Craven and John Carpenter, things like that. They were just kind of going through anybody that was like the classic OG slashers and we're like, let's remake it. And then Wrong Turn got made where they just kind of took ideas and were like, let's use a little bit of fucking everything.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Also, I just want to say that everything that happens in this movie, I want to make clear now for when I cover them later. The sequels don't fucking acknowledge anything that happens in this movie. Because the sequels try to give a lore background, and it just gets more convoluted the more that they went. But anyway, so Chris, our Detective Quinn from Dexter, Chris, he's on his way to some kind of meeting, but he gets caught in a traffic jam. As in my notes, I said he's trying to make his way back to Miami because he's got a big case. But he gets stuck in a traffic jam and he can't figure out what's going on. And then a truck driver tells him that there's a chemical spill and he might as well go back in his car and go fix his hair a couple more times, pretty boy. Because we ain't going nowhere for a while. Like a real dick. Real dick. So anyway, so he gets back in his Mustang and he takes off. And he's like, fuck it, I'll find another way to go where I'm going. I don't need this stupid fucking highway that I can't get on. Whatever. But while he backtracks, he ends up at a gas station, which, fun fact with this gas station, the owner of this gas station is named Maynard, and Maynard is technically the brother of the other killers of this movie. He's kind of like the Hills Have Eyes dad at the gas station, except he's the brother, and he just doesn't do anything. They really don't even acknowledge that till the second movie.
and he's Lightning McQueen's best friend.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen's dead in the back.
We y'all just go up this way and shoo, get some privacy.
No, you ain't gonna go down that road there. Ain't nobody ever gonna come down that road. That map's old. So yeah, Quinn ends up asking for directions. Guy's like, yeah, no, there ain't no roads going nowhere around here. No, just a highway. But he finds an old map and he says, fuck it. This road here says it'll lead back to the highway. Fuck you, crazy old man at gas station. And he takes off. And boy, he just shouldn't have done that. I'm
sure that won't come back to bite him.
Yeah, not at all. I have in my notes here, good old CD scratch and skip, because as he's driving, his CD starts skipping, and he ejects it, and then drops it, and then he scrambles for it. Surprisingly, this isn't what causes anything to happen. He's able to reach for his fucking CD in the passenger seat floor and grab it without anything happening. It is immediately after, and he's like, oh, thank God, all right, I got my CD, and then immediately crashes into people that are in the road.
He's like, ooh, a deer.
Well, that's what I mean, bro. I just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you don't crash on fucking anything other than, like you're not down below. Why? So fucking stupid. Because he even tells him, like, I didn't see you. It was coming around the bend. And I was like, that's no. Like, no.
You hit a whole ass. It's a fucking Range Rover. You're going to see that thing.
It's a whole ass fucking Range Rover in the road. Yeah, so he crashes into the Range Rover. And then we get to meet the rest of our characters. We get the two stoners. And then we get, let's see, oh, God damn it. Yeah, so we get the two stoners, and then we get Jesse, so Francie and Jesse, and then I didn't write down the other stoner's name because he dies almost immediately, so it wasn't even fucking worth me writing down his name because he doesn't matter. So yeah, they all kind of talk, and it's like, hey, no big deal, like nobody's hurt, whatever. So then they decide we need to split up, we need to find help. So some of the group start walking down the road to go find help. But Francine and her boyfriend, the two stoners, are like, nah, we're gonna stay here, and just in case.
It's early 2000s.
It is the early 2000s. Young people be fucking. So they all so they all go do their thing. And so they start getting stoned. Redhead there, she starts digging through the Mustang, looking through the doctor's stuff. And she's like, he doesn't have any smokes either. We're almost out. And she has like maybe 2 or 3 in her pack. She's being a stingy bitch. She's what we call that. Of like, you're just not sharing the smokes and saying that you didn't find anything. And that's not cool, man. That's not cool.
God, I hope something bad happens to her.
I hope something terrible happens to both of you.
Like she gets like a paper cut or something.
So the main group, as they're heading out, we start to learn a bit more. There's the hippie Scott and his girlfriend, and then we got the tomboy and the doctor, and everybody's just kind of getting to know each other. Like he talks about he was on his way to an interview because he's a doctor and he was going to have like a really good position, but now he's not going to be able to make that meeting. And they talk about they were just a couple friends on a trip, and you're like, okay, good, we got some character building. And then we come back to the stoners, and boyfriend stoner, he gets killed off screen.
Boo.
Yeah, I don't know how they kill him. They don't show his at all. But and I also did want to mention, because I did mention it to Maverick Mike here when he was going to go watch it. I was like, there is a TV edit version that is very popular, and most of the time it won't tell you if you have the TV edit version or the regular version. There's really not much difference. As much as this is an R-rated movie, they didn't go.
Seems to be
that
just
hard.
It just seems to be like maybe a few swear words from what I could see after I was reviewing it, like a few swear words, maybe some edited out blood and gore, but for the most part, I mean, here's the thing. The worst part is like I watched half of this. I didn't quite make it all the way through.
Oh, that's fine.
That's
I watched
probably more than you needed to.
It really was. Like, I got the basic plot points, guys, but I was watching it and like there was a part, and I think someone was getting killed off screen at one point in time. And
happens a lot in this movie.
Right, yes, because they don't want to show it. It was like, it is storming here in Michigan, and like that happened, and the crack of thunder that shook the office windows happened. I was like, all right, I think until the storm clears, I think I'm good. I can't remember
This is a
who
bad
fucking
omen.
died, but like, oh my god.
This is an
Also,
omen.
Don't have a lot to talk about. This seems like a very cut and dry movie. Like, I can't believe that this one got a theatrical release. Like, how?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I can't believe the
Yeah.
studio approved this. Who got
Dude.
final cut on this bitch?
Where's Bloodline's theatrical release?
Oh, Anthony, wait till I get to that one. So yeah, it's Stoner boyfriend got killed, and then redhead Francine, she walks off the beaten path to go find him. So it depends on which version you have here. This is where the TV edit is a thing. So the movie version, the regular movie version, she gets barbed wire garroted through the mouth. Now, in the regular movie version, they show a little bit. They don't go extreme with it. They still cut. But in the TV version, they cut it like immediately. Like you see someone behind her, and then immediately just cuts.
Yeah, that's what I watched. I just
Yeah.
don't remember barbed wire razor slicing someone's head open. So
You would remember.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
would
something
remember.
that's something that's gonna haunt me for the rest of my days. Never gonna be able to go
You just
next to
help
a
her clean
razor
her
wire fence again. Yeah, right.
s-
Listen, you say that, but like, it's essentially what dentists use anyway. It's just a giant fucking metal spike.
I think you got some plaque there. I'm not here to help.
Let me use my razor wire real quick.
You're bleeding because you don't floss.
That's 10 comedy points to Anthony. 10 comedy points to Anthony.
So our main group, while they're wandering out, they unfortunately they come upon a cabin in the woods, which like any good horror movie means you don't fucking go inside. But they do
You
anyway.
turn
And it's-
around.
The worst part is, it's like, you're safer in the woods at that point. Like, there's, like, why would you go into this, like, 200 by 200 dilapidated kind of cabin-looking thing? Like, just keep going. Eventually, you're going to be out of the woods.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
they
why
would have been.
stop? Why stop?
Yeah.
Right? Ding, 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 ding.
Whoa, baby.
Hey, what are you doing?
I was gonna see if they had a phone. I mean, you guys can wait out here if you want.
You can't just go barging into someone's house like that.
Yeah, because, I'm just thinking West Virginia, trespassing, not a great combination.
Look, I need to pee.
Well, I need to remind you of a little movie called Deliverance.
So, I do have in my notes, for the ending of this movie, there's a reason. But this place gets rebuilt almost every movie, like, and not even because anything happens like the end of this movie. Half the time, it's literally just every movie, they're like, oh yeah, that's right, they have a cabin in the woods. What does it look like? I don't know, just fucking, I don't know, use this cabin, and it's a completely different cabin every fucking movie.
Well, you see, it's the hut of the Baba Yaga, so of course it's always going. Yeah, it just gets up and rebuilds itself and moves.
I like the idea of them keep just forgetting where the cabins is because they're a bunch of inbred, so they're like, we'll cut down some trees now.
So yeah, when they get to this cabin and they try looking for help and they don't get anything, and then Mr. Dr. Chris Flynn decides, fuck it, I'm just gonna walk inside. Which there is the fiance, the hippie Scott, who is the only one that has the right mindset, which is, have you ever heard of no trespassing? Like, they could just shoot you on the spot. We're in fucking West Virginia. Why are you just walking into someone's house? Like, we shouldn't be doing this. And I'm going, he is correct. You should all leave.
You would get shot, even if you have the best intentions.
So yeah, they find that it's all filthy. It's run down. It's just absolutely disgusting. Who the hell's living there? And of course, they find all the mementos, like baby cribs, baby toys, shoes, car keys, various things.
Just opening
just
the door.
Episode.
Just no, just a hard pass. Hard pass. Let's skedaddle. This is, here's the thing. I'm the fat one.
If we find another house, we'll try that one.
So yeah, exactly. Maybe there's one maybe as long as doesn't have chicken legs on it, and it's not made out of gingerbread. We can go in the next one. That's all I'm saying. Let's avoid witches.
So, not only do they find that though, they also end up getting into the fridge and they find that there's a bunch of body parts, and it's, oh no, they're cannibals! Oh Jesus! So then everybody decides they gotta leave. You gotta leave quick, which is the smartest thing.
Are they ever shown to eat people in this movie?
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't quite remember.
Yeah, they do show a couple things. So yeah, they go to leave, but oh no, there's a truck coming down the road, and
it's playing Rush.
Is it? What song? I was gonna say, today's Tom or today's Sawyer. I don't know Tom Sawyer all that well. That's my least favorite Rush song.
I was about to say, there's just one of them on the outside of the window.
Spirit of the electrical airwaves sparkle with light, bright and so with the energy.
That'll be even more terrifying. Yeah, so now we get our hillbilly killers, which are Three Finger, Sawtooth, and One Eye.
So just stupid. I realized they probably stopped at one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, but come on now. Gotcha.
You'll never guess which one has one eye.
You'll never.
The guy with missing both of his feet. They're that dumb. They're that dumb.
So everyone hides, and then they get to see the redhead and the boyfriend, the two stoners, get dragged in, and we get a trailer shot, which I call it a trailer shot because they fucking hammered this fucking shot home in every trailer for this movie, which is, while the redhead is being butchered by Three Finger, they do a CGI zoom in to a keyhole onto an eyeball that's watching. And let me tell you, every fucking trailer lingered on this shot, and it is one of the worst looking shots. The CGI looks fucking terrible. Did not hold up then, does not hold up now. It's so bad. So yeah, that happens. They all go to sleep. Everybody's like, all right, we need to escape now. And they're real quiet. Real quiet, as quiet as they can, and they all get out. But then just as they start opening the fucking door, the spring starts going. So Dr. Chris quickly grabs it and he shreds the absolute shit out of his hand to try to quiet the spring, sacrificing himself.
A spring? What was it made of razor wire? What?
Have you ever tried to hold a really rusty spring?
No, I'm not an idiot.
Well, yeah.
well, now hang on.
Fair enough.
It's not jump to conclusions,
yeah, it's not jump to anything. So yeah, he does that. He tries to help quiet it down. Doesn't really work because This is a scene in this movie that I like this scene out of everything, which is he thinks he's been really quiet. Everyone's getting out the door. And then he just happens to look back over to the bed and we see Sawtooth with his eyes just open looking at him. Which is a great shot because it's the great suspense thing of like, all right, we're good. Everyone just quickly get out the door. And then just the pan back over to like, oh, I fucking see you. Like, I don't know who you think you were fooling, boy. Like,
you're fucking lucky I got a fucking like Charlie horse right now or else I get you.
You're lucky I spent all my energy killing your friends earlier. I swear to God.
Too lazy.
Yeah, so everyone runs. They quickly run. They end up in a junkyard full of all the cars of old victims, which, again, just pulling straight out of the hills. For The Hills Have Eyes, where there's just a graveyard of cars. But anyway, here the doctor goes up. He tries to make a distraction because they leave their truck running. He ends up getting shot, unfortunately. He doesn't die. They just maim him because they want him alive for their own purposes.
It's a great moment because he's like, I'll sacrifice myself. Go. And they just fucking bam.
Fuck.
They'll chase me. Fuck you.
Yeah, just immediately fucking shot. But it's okay because the hippie fiance Scott, he goes, I'm gonna be the hero, and he ends up taking off. Almost gets his head blown off, but he does escape, and he ends up distracting them, and they chase after him instead. So Dr. Tourniquet's his leg off because he's smart enough to know to cut off the bleeding. The girls come over, they get him up, they get in the truck. This little bit right here when they're taking the truck and they're leaving and Three Fingers behind them chasing them.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to give some insight. So on What an Oddcast, our podcast that you can catch us on every week. We talk about a lot how I'm not the smartest and that I did a lot of dumb things growing up.
Drugs mostly.
I
killed a lot of pets.
I cannot stress enough.
Which may have been subsequently from the drugs, but we have yet to see that correlation in real life. But I digress. Continue, Jared.
Can't stress enough. My friends at this time, this is like fourth-ish grade.
Pre-Anthony.
We would quote this so much for no reason.
Fuck your father.
It's so fucking stupid.
No, like my stepdad would like drive the four-wheeler and we would just chase behind him going, like it made no sense. We just pretended to be the hillbilly.
Jared, I didn't have much respect for you before right now, but the little that I did have, sometimes, Jared, we have inside thoughts and there are outside thoughts. And what you just shared outside is something that is not only inside, but should have been repressed from your trauma and not ever brought to surface. It's no better than Sven doing the Pennywise laugh from the TV series. Sometimes we keep our inside thoughts inside.
The thing I like most about that is that he's like, oh, you know what we should play? We should play Incestuous Hillbillies.
Well, it was New York. So anything's possible.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, so they drive off with the truck. Hippie fiance Scott, he's still distracted. He almost makes it. He almost makes it. They find him, and then he's like literally 3 feet away from them, but then he stops. And they can't figure out why he stopped. Motherfucker gets Boromired, like just shot to shit with arrows. And it's all done exactly like Lord of the Rings, where there's the close pan up from the sun coming from behind and the arrow. Yeah, like I said,
They took
this movie
the little
just borrows
ones.
from fucking everything. Because this is like literally a shot for shot from Lord of the Rings. Like, you fucking take this scene and you take that ending of the first movie. They just took it shot for shot. They're like, you know, it'd be funny if it was a hillbilly shooting arrows in West Virginia instead of an orc.
West
That'll
Virginia.
sell. So anyway, yeah, he's dead. Everyone continues on. The truck gets stuck because they're just idiots and there's a tree down on the road. Fucking morons. They continue on and they start hiking. And what do they find? They find a watchtower because there's a ranger tower and they're like, holy fuck, we're saved. Like, my God, there has to be something.
Yay.
Right? And they climb up and they think they're safe. They find a radio. They get the radio working and they start sending out a signal. But then you got to be real quiet. Got to be real quiet because they're all outside. You can see their torches. They're coming. They're hunting us. And then, of course, to break the tension, you get the loud-ass radio. Breaker, 19. What was that? Could you repeat that, please? And then, of course, our killers are immediately like, oh, they're up there where that loud fucking noise just came from. And then they don't know where they are, so they're just telling them to try to track where the radio is, which is like, that's not how a CB radio is going to work. Like, so
Not how radios work.
good luck getting found. It's like, you got a hold of somebody, great. You're still going to die. The killers start climbing up. They block off the entrance. And then because they can't get in, they rip out the radio. That's the first thing they do, is they fuck with them by taking that away. And then they just set the tower on fire. Say, fuck it, we're just going to burn them out. So now there's a tower burning and you're like 30 feet in the air. What do you do?
Well, you sit there and you accept your death.
Yeah, you would think so. No, they jump to the trees that are outside the window because we turn into the Incredible Hulk and we're in the redwood forest for some fucking reason. Because I don't give a fuck where in West Virginia you say this movie took place. There's no convincing me that these people jumped out of a ranger tower onto a bunch of pine trees that somehow look like the redwood forest from Incredible Hulk. This fucking movie. So yeah, they get the trees. Yes,
it's filmed in California. The redwood trees are.
Right. This is West Virginia, but it's supposed to be pine trees, but just the way that it's shot, they're like extremely large pine trees. So anyway, they're climbing through the trees. They start getting shot at. At first, they're like, "Do you think they know we're here?" And it's like, "Well, fucking of course they know. You think they didn't hear you
now
break
they
the
do.
fucking window?" And that was my second thought. I'm like, if they didn't, they definitely do now.
Oh fuck! I'm falling through the tree. Oh fuck!
Like you crashed through the trees.
Are?
You're screaming like. If they didn't figure it out, they certainly will. So they're trying to climb through the trees. They're trying to do whatever. Three Fingers ends up climbing up to the top because for some reason he's a really good climber. I don't.
Which is ironic,
right? So yeah, the Jesse and Dr. Chris there, they start making their way across. Their friend though, Ditzy, as I called her because that's her character. She can't seem to get her shit together and fucking make it across with everyone else, and she gets head chopped, just straight through with an axe. In the unedited version, you see the body fall and then the head sitting on the axe against the tree, and then he takes the axe away. TV version, they just cut all that. They give you the close up of her eyes after they kill her, but then they cut away before they show any of the other stuff, which is fine because again the CGI doesn't hold up that well. Good idea, just was not done very well.
It was early 2000s. Everything relied on too much CG.
It really, really does, and at really dumb moments too. So yeah, they end up tricking Three Finger. They pull a branch back and they smack him out of the tree. and then they take off down into the woods again. They hide behind a waterfall, and we get some more character building. Turns out Jessie, our badass tank top girl, she got broken up with her boyfriend. And her friends were like, you know what? Fuck that guy. We're going to go on this big, huge trip and make you feel better. And you know what I have in my notes? Yeah, you know what I have in my notes? Jessie is me. Got broken up with, but then got friends killed because they wanted to make them feel better.
I thought you were going to say, like me, got broken up with, moved.
I mean, essentially, yeah. Essentially. It's like, oh, you're feeling terrible. You know what? We're going to take you out to this spot where we can go swimming and we can go fishing. It's going to be a great weekend.
You kill yourself and no one will question anything.
And then everyone gets murdered by a bunch of cannibalistic hillbillies.
Yep.
So yeah, they have all this going on. Chris almost gets decapitated by an axe later on as they're walking because Sawtooth ends up coming after him. The hillbillies essentially catch up to him. Chris falls down a hill, runs into a cop. It's like, oh my god, a fucking cop, finally, for the love of God. Doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't fucking matter. Sawtooth shoots him through the fucking face. And that's the end of that cop. And no one comes looking for him for a good long while.
Oh, thank God, a cop.
Yeah, just immediately through the eye. Which is another thing from that movie that has always stuck out was that kill.
The eyeball.
So Chris ends up rolling underneath the cop car, hides under it, gets taken to the hideout. Jesse's there getting prepared to be cut up. While that's happening, Chris obviously arrives with the cop car. He rolls out, starts making a plan. And essentially it just turns into a big giant fucking fight. Chris barges in. He drives the cop car through the front of the cabin, uses a wrench on Sawtooth by shoving it through his chest. Three Finger, they get into an axe battle. Then they think it's all over, said and done, because everyone looks dead. And then slowly, another thing that they don't explain in this movie is what the fuck these things issues are, right? Like, they don't tell you anything. They just look deformed and they're kind of creepy. And they also don't fucking die, as they all proceed to get up with like gashes on their head. One of them has a fucking like ice pick screwdriver to the back of the fucking skull, and he's just getting up off the ground, and it's like, they're just fucking immortal, apparently. And they go to escape. Chris only has one shotgun shell left in the shotgun, and he's like, Jesse tells him, like, shoot him, just shoot him. He's like, I only got one shot. Like, it's not gonna fucking matter.
Use it on yourself.
Yeah, really. But he shoots the gas cans on the cop car, blows the cabin up, and that's the end of the hillbillies. They take the tow truck. They drive back down. They stop at the gas station, first off, and they take that old map while also staring down Maynard, who's watching them through the window, because Maynard knows that would mean that his brothers are dead and that they've taken the tow truck, so he's just hiding. So they take the tow truck, they take off. And they're like, they're going to use the map to find some other way to get back to the highway. And the movie's ending. And you're like, oh, all right, that was a movie. Like, okay. And then before the movie ends, right before the credit, we see the burned up cabin. And the cops finally fucking showing up after God knows how long after the other cop went fucking missing. But they find the cabin. They're like, man, this place is a shithole. And they find some of the bodies. And they're like, man, this is kind of fucked up. And then Three Finger shows up behind him with an axe, and we get him. Yeah, we get him laughing into the camera, and end credits. And just like any other movie in the early 2000s, we get a up and coming new metal or hard rock band because that was just the fucking thing they were doing.
With arms wide open.
It's Breaking Benjamin.
It is.
Oh,
I knew that.
No.
Yes, it's Wish I May by Breaking Benjamin that takes
I
us
was
into
so
the
close.
credits.
With arms wide open. That's the worst part.
I
I
would
was
rather
so
read.
fucking close.
That would have been funnier. But that is Wrong Turn 1. I will be covering the rest of them at some point on the series, but that's the first one. That is the only one that was released in theaters.
Fucking stupid. It's a bad movie.
It's a
Hey,
bad
welcome to the
movie.
series.
Listen,
Nothing
no.
I've
It
covered
only
has
goes
been
down.
dirty.
Dude, you could justify some things, but this was just incoherent for the most part. It's also was shot really dark, and trying to watch it on a phone, like with the like you had to be very careful because like I'm not alone in the office, so I don't want it too bright, but not so bright that everyone can see it. Shot so fucking dark, like you had a budget.
Welcome to the early
Hire a light, dude.
2000s.
God damn.
That's like every single one of the movies that came out at this time. Because I'm pretty sure the Texas Chainsaw did the same thing. Where he just had a lot of really dark moments.
So bad.
But with that, folks, you can check it out if you want to.
Don't.
Yeah, no, I if you want like a fun... If you're looking for like a fun B-movie time, don't watch the first one. Get stoned, watch the second one. That one's more of a fun time because that one doesn't take itself seriously at all. This one tried to take itself seriously, but then they realized they can't. So the second one, they just said, fuck it, and went real ham with it. And it makes it more fun to watch because then you're like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, sometimes all you need to do is go ham.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to just realize you have a ridiculously stupid fucking concept and have fun with it. But with that, guys, we'll catch you on the next episode. Until that next time, though, always remember the rules of the show, which is we don't dump chemicals in the sewer, we stay out of the water, don't gene splice animals, don't bring things back from the dead, don't bury the dead people under the road because they will fucking come back and kill your ass. Don't betray the puppets, because if you betray the puppets, then again, they're gonna fucking kill your ass. We're on a theme here. Don't take the wrong turn. Don't prank your friends as a serial killer. But most of all, stay odd, stay happy, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it is a bad movie, huh?
Rough.
It's so bad, I just threw up a little.